Good evening, everyone. It's once again time for celebration, and I welcome you to the Achievers Meet today. For us at LST Career Launcher, excellence has become a habit, So over the years, we've been consistent, and this year, Pan India, LST has got the top 9 ranks out of 10. We at LST Patna also have been very consistent and have nurtured the dreams and aspirations of various students, helped them and guided them into national law universities and various other law colleges. So it gives me great pride to tell you that today our students are all well placed. Some of them in the Supreme, practicing in the High Court, even the Supreme Court. Some have opted for the judicial services, the IPS, civil services, etc. All the top law firms have our students there, and some have gone into research and academics. They are pursuing LLM and PhDs from even Cambridge and London School of Economics. So I can say very proudly that LST Patna students are really, they have made a mark for themselves in this arena. And it gives me great pleasure now to welcome Suhasini Kashyap from head office. She is an LLM from NLU Jodhpur. Hello, Suhasini. I hand it over to you now.
Hello, ma'am. Hi guys. On behalf of entire CLLST, I welcome everyone present here, the young achievers, the students, the parents, everyone. And this is not for the first time. Like every year, the LSTN have made us proud by securing top ranks in CLAT, A-Late, and all other exams. And today it's a day of celebration. It's a day of exchanging ideas. It's a day where you can come out, you can ask from the achievers how you studied, what you did, and how you scored a good rank. And it's just like an open platform. And also it gives me, the happiness because I'm in my own city virtually, obviously, conducting the achievers meet. So I'm from Patna. So it gives me happiness, or you can say it is like a pride for me that if I see the list of students who have secured rank, who have secured good admission in good colleges. Some of you are going to join CNLU, so CNLU is my college. So it's like a very good moment where you all can talk about the achievers will come, they'll speak about their achievement and you can learn from them. And we at CLLST have constantly strive to bring out the best from you all. We just don't talk, we write the exam with you guys, we accordingly work on our content, we accordingly work on the way we deliver everything, so that you all are not lacking somewhere and you all are at front foot, you all are doing good. And first of all, I would like to introduce the achievers. So we have with us Aditya, we have Akhil, we have Akshita, we have Anubhav, we have Anushka, Arunoday, Sahil, Shreyas, Vibhu. So you all can interact with them and jo bhi question hai, pooch dalo bas aaj. So sometimes it's very difficult, or sometimes we fail, or we feel like कि हमें नहीं पूछना, we are not getting the proper guidance, or maybe हमें लगता है कि teacher से कहीं डांट ना लग जाए. And you all have seen the series, how these students have framed their own study group, how they have worked together, and how they have achieved this this feat. So that is basically, we are giving you an opportunity to discuss, we are giving you an opportunity to ask from the achievers, aapne kaise kiya, how was your journey, how you prepared for last 1 year, last 2 years, and how you have landed in the top NLUs. So this is from my side. Now I'll hand it over to Ragini ma'am and Vatsalya sir, and I'll just sit and enjoy that, how I'll just listen to the achievers, that what they have done in last 1 year or maybe 2 years or 6 months. So over to you, ma'am and sir.
Okay, thank you, Suhasini. And so, okay, guys. So I'm sure all of you are quite eager to know about the journey of these young achievers. What is it that they did different? My very first question to all of them. Suhasini has already introduced them. We have Arunoday Rai, All India rank 21. We have Aditya Singh, who's got All India rank 76. We have Akhil Raj, we have Akshita Chaudhary, we have Sahil, we have Anushka Rashmi, we have so many others, Ananya Prakash, and so on. Very hearty congratulations to all of you. You've really done wonders and you've done us proud. It's a great achievement and the moment is all yours. Especially, you know, through the pandemic, through the horrific second wave that we had, and for you guys to be continuing with your preparation and to achieve the ranks that you have, the colleges that you've been able to get into, it is not a small achievement, trust me. It is something really big, something to be proud about. So once again, congratulations from the whole LST Patna team, the whole LST family to all of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
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 Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now, my very first question, because this is something which I really wanted to hear from you guys, was what was your first reaction when you saw the paper? Because this was the lengthiest paper ever. And the very fact that this time they did not give you guys even time to fill up your OMRs with names and roll numbers. Everything had to be done within those 2 hours. What was your initial reaction on seeing the length of the paper?
Yes,
Anyone
ma'am.
can take this.
Ma'am, actually, the first 2 sections which I solved is like legal and GK, and they two were the most weirdest section in CLAT 2021, because in CLAT 2020 we got current legal GK, like there were passages were based on current events. So when I got through legal, like I saw that there were 8 passages and they were quite long and they were quite confusing. So I remembered only one thing, that I have to make it like in 35 minutes and move on. So I did that, and after that I went to GK. I made less attempts there because I knew that if it is hard for me, it will be hard for everyone else. So I focused on accuracy there. And for the next 3 sections, I think they were relatively easy. So I calmed myself down and went through all the sections.
Okay, Akshita, what was your reaction when you first saw the paper?
Ma'am, when I also first went to the legal section, and I noticed that most of the passages are from the core legal concepts, torts and contracts. So I was confident that, okay, our mocks have prepared us well. In the last mock also, we got passages related to torts and all, and contracts. So I was confident, okay, I'll do it. And the time thing which Arunodaya said, it was important. So I also kept calm and said, okay, you will complete it in 35 and 40 minutes. I first completed all the easy, not easy, those passages which I was familiar with the concepts. So I completed those passages and then I moved on to GK, and then other sections were easy. So I pulled it off.
Okay, Akhil, what was your reaction?
Ma'am, I actually started with English section, which was relatively easy in comparison to other sections. After that, when I went to GK, which was my strength actually, but that was mind-boggling. But I calmed myself down that it's hard for everyone. And legal, I thought it is relatively easy, not because of the length, because the questions which were asked in legal, they were from core concepts, and that was being that I practiced for the whole year from the mocks and the practice booklets and all. So, and after that, logic was very easy, but I think 1 or 2 passages were a bit lengthy. And in maths, after saving time for 10 minutes or 15 minutes, I went to maths and I solved around 5-6 questions, and all were correct. So yeah.
Yes, Aditya. What was your first instant reaction? That's what I want to know, actually.
Ma'am, so like the first thing when I saw the question booklet, I saw that it comprises 42 pages. So that time I was a bit relieved, because from CL we had mocks which were like 46 pages or 45 pages. So I was like, it's doable. Might be one section would be difficult or lengthy. It was doable. But like many others, my first section to attempt is legal, which was a bit tricky, and it rested on the core concept. So there's a major fight between, you know, your external knowledge and sticking to the passage, because we were taught the concept, so that held. And like, yeah, that was my initial reaction. And inside I was just telling myself, you know, like, it's a regular mock, you need to remain calm, and that's it.
So that is the best approach which one can keep in mind without taking the pressure. This is
Yeah.
the mock. I'm
Right, right. Yeah, the attitude is what really matters. And now, before I go to the next student, I'd love to welcome your favorite faculty. Vatsalya sir is here with us. Vatsalya, can we have you on screen, please? Vatsalya sir, as you all know, is currently an advocate in the Supreme Court. Not too long ago, he was just a student like one of you in our classroom, LST Patna. And then he went on to CNLU. It was his passion for the subject. He wanted to be a litigator always. And also the fact that he loved teaching, that he has mentored and guided thousands of students since 2012 to various colleges. So needless to say, he's got the largest fan following, I'm sure. Where is Vatsalya? So welcome, Vatsalya. I'll come
There's
back
so
in
many
a while.
known students here. There's so
Yeah,
many.
yeah, right.
Yeah. I'll just.
Anushka, Rashmi, you
Right,
tell me
ma'am,
what
right,
was
ma'am.
your reaction?
Ma'am, I started with GK and the first paragraph passage was Gandhi Peace Prize. Then I was like, okay, this came in one of the mocks, so it was okay, like I can do it. But there was one very absurd question, that when did Mujibur Rahman died? So this was like, okay, what type of question is that? But many passages were doable, and many passages were, I mean, some questions weren't doable. So GK was a bit GK didn't give a very good starting off, but then I moved on to logic, and logic was good. It was doable. Then legal was also doable, and English was also doable. But maths, there was a surprise that graphs weren't there.
Yeah, there weren't any graphs,
There
etc.
weren't graphs, and it took time to note down the data from the passage.
Right, right. Devansh, what about you? What was your experience like?
Ma'am, like when I first saw the paper, I was little bit worried that the paper is so long. But then a lot of our teachers told us that one fact that we have to keep in mind is that if it is difficult for us, it will be difficult for all of the other aspirants who are appearing for the exam. So I kept that. But when I went to the GK section, which I attempt second, I thought that the GK was tough, but also because I had read the normal Manthans. So some of the questions were from the normal Manthan. So I thought that I would have an edge over the other aspirants who might have not read the normal Manthan. So I was positive. But when I went to the logic section, there were 6 passages, and we were in a habit of attempting only 5 passages, and rest 5 were related to analytical.
Right.
And although I usually left the analytical section because it was a bit time taking, and also I was not good at it. So I just thought that I should leave the 6th passage. But when I read the 6th passage, it was quite easy. So I thought that I would rather attempt it, and I didn't do one set of maths. Instead of that, I did the reasoning. But when I went to maths, I saw that there are no graphs and there was only normal sets. So I thought that it was a good decision to not attempt one set of maths, because like the maths question which was at last was of profit and loss, so it would have been lengthy and I won't have been able to make, I think, all the 5 questions. So I think at the end of the day it was a good decision.
Okay. Pradipti, your instinctive reaction when you saw the paper. What about Sahil?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello. Yes.
Ma'am, the first section I attempted was GK. It was easy, but it was quite meticulous and questions by questions. So I thought it would be nice to attempt English first. Then I went for English, and that uh, and that acted like a deterrent for me. So all the time periods were so messed up. So I messed up.
Okay. Now, considering the sheer length of the paper, the size, when you have 42, 44, 46 pages, what do you guys feel? How important are reading skills? because I think anyone with a good reading, reading skills with good reading habits would definitely have an edge in a paper like this. So what were you guys like? Were you avid readers? Did you focus on your reading skills? What did you do? I'd like to hear from you guys, starting with Akshita.
Ma'am, CLAT as a paper is impossible without a good reading habit, I think, and law is a career also. So, so that's the obvious. And I was not a good reader. I'll say honestly, I was not so much interested into this reading habit thing. But when I came in class 12th, I became serious with my newspaper reading. So I never left the Hindu paper any day. And in the last 5 to 6 months, I think I also started reading Indian Express, like some important editorials. So since I was regular with my newspaper, I think it improved my reading skills like really efficiently. And I was also regular with the mocks and practice passages. So that improved my reading habit. And also once I used to read some books, not like very regular, but main thing was a newspaper for me.
Aditya, would you like to answer this?
So, ma'am, I wasn't very much into novel or fiction reading, but yes, I did enjoy newspapers, columns, and apart from that, to focus on eclectic reading, I did go for blog sites such as Napoli, Aeon, or Medium, because in a way they are interesting, and if you read interesting stuff, you'll be there's a drive, there's a motivation which will lead you to read even more, and also solving mocks, which is a good source of reading material in a way. And when you resolve them, so that helped.
Okay, Akhil?
Ma'am, I was also not into reading that much. I just followed my newspaper religiously every day, like the Hindu. And for few, I think once in a week, I did that live law and bar and bench articles, few articles, and that's all. Nothing more than that.
Okay. Anybody who really was very fond of reading and passionate about reading, who read a lot? No one claims that. Okay. What about Arunodhay?
Ma'am, actually, I was not into that much novel reading and all, but yeah, I always used to prefer reading over writing. And also, one of the most important thing about reading is like how the way you read. It is not necessary to read everything, like especially in CLAT. The way you skim the passages and all, that is also very important. So like that matters.
True. Vibhu?
Hi, ma'am. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Carry on.
Actually, ma'am, the advice from Vatsal sir really helped me. He told us that you should read newspaper every day, no matter what is your health or about your condition. But you should always read newspaper, and it really helped me. And I remember the phase when I really started enjoying the reading, and I read almost 2-3 newspaper. To be honest, but after that my health got some problem, and I was not into reading too much, but actually the Hindu newspaper helped me a lot in reading section.
Okay, that's true. What about Anushka? She's just smiling.
Ma'am, I consider myself as a very lazy person. So in the starting months of my preparation, I thought I should heed to what all my mentors say. That you also told us to read 40 pages of novel every day, and minimum 40 pages, and newspaper reading also. So in the first 3-4 months I was very zealous about that कि हाँ भाई पढ़ना है, अच्छे से पढ़ना, हर रात पढ़ना है, 40 पेज तो पढ़ना ही पढ़ना है, चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए. But then that dopamine level or whatever that came down, and I was like ना मेरे से ना हो पाएगा, रात में हम सुबह में अच्छे से पढ़ लेंगे न्यूज़पेपर. उसमें भी हम बहुत काम चोरी करने लगे, और उसमें भी हम बहुत स्किम करने लगे कि नहीं ये इम्पोर्टेंट है, ये इम्पोर्टेंट है, इसको अच्छे से पढ़ना है. और I wasn't into novel reading.
Okay. Okay, what about Sahil?
Finally,
Devan,
he's there.
Anubhav, yes.
Ma'am, I started with the newspaper editorials and newspaper, and I also switched to online articles. That was very interesting and helped me a lot, ma'am.
Okay, now actually this year's paper was totally based on reading skills. I mean, you take the English section, of course, there were only RC passages as usual. Even the logic section I found was, more dependent on reading skills. If you could read fast, and it was more like solving any RC passage. There were direct questions which you could pick up. Only extensive reading was required. So it goes without saying, that you have to be very, very regular in your reading habits. Read a lot of stuff, variety of stuff, newspaper, editorials especially. And the best part is that, CLAT Consortium, the website, gives you some sources for reading. So the future aspirants, all the guys who are targeting 22, 23, you need to go through that website. We, of course, will be there telling you from time to time, suggesting different study reading material. But even the CLAT Consortium has given a list of sources which you need to access and read from time to time, which will really help you for this particular examination. Now I'll take you to your favorite section, and for that I need Vatsalya sir once again on the screen. That is legal reasoning.
So tell me, guys, like those who have qualified, it's first of all, congratulations to everyone that who all have qualified. And I would like to ask, like, I found the paper a bit lengthy, like legal section. So was it the case with every one of you, or it was only me who found the paper slightly lengthy? Because it was more of a reading than to write down, like the one we practiced before giving CLAT. So I'll start with Sahil. He's being my one of my go-to. Sahil, so tell me, how was your legal preparation like? Your paper.
Sir, I used to read articles from Live Law and Bar and Bench, so I thought it would be better for CLAT. But CLAT surprised me with the passages that I didn't knew. So I think legal was easy, but it was lengthy, and my time management messed it up. So
Achit, everyone who is there in this link right now, please answer this. If somebody told you, like, what should be the best way to go for legal, what will be your advice? If I put you in front of a student who are appearing for the next year, what will be the one-liner approach that you should see that all the students are doing it?
So like my advice would be
yes,
to
Aditya.
Yes, sir. My advice would be to focus both on the core legal concepts as well as the current legal knowledge, sir. Because if you know the core, the current is related to that somehow. Like if there's a case on contracts or force majeure, so on and so forth, it is the core concepts which are put in place over there in context with the current news. So if you are familiar with your core concepts, that should be good. And also, like we had taken down your notes which you dictated in the class. That way I was aware about the
Video
on torts and contracts, so on and so forth. So that also helps.
So yes, Achal, you tell me something.
Sir, actually, legal section, first of all, to any, if I have to give advice to any future aspirant, I would say, don't trust the consortium, first of all, because they will surprise you every year, again and again. And like I gave the 2020 paper. The paper was totally about the recent judgments, the recent trends, what were going on in legal. And I prepared according to that. But this year, again, the things changed, and the core concepts were asked. But since in our legal, like in our mocks, the legal section which was there, they used to be on the basis of the core concepts only, like contracts, torts, and crimes and all. So for me, legal was my highest scoring section, right? And it was, if I see from the lengthy, from being lengthy perspective, I see that the passages were not that much big. If you are aware of this those concepts, you can skim through those passages, and the questions were just related to the questions we have done earlier, like from the voluntary non-fit injuria questions, or maybe some contract-related questions, like the date questions, which were there to confuse you and all. So for me, it was the legal section was the best section in all among all sections and my highest scoring section as well.
Very nice. So, Achit, I always told one thing, like that don't focus on the knowledge, focus on the common sense that we need to apply. Was that slightly helpful in your examination? Because
Yes,
going by the knowledge, I always thought that knowledge is not there for the CLAT. It's always the common sense, how you apply that time and everything.
Yes, sir,
Was
absolutely.
it?
Let's come to the next, that is your GK. Now, one of the most challenging sections always, and this year again was a total surprise because they gave a lot of static GK questions, right? So what is it that you guys did all through the year in terms of preparation? How did you prepare your GK? Did you make extensive notes? Were you regular? I'd like to hear from you, each one of you. I'll start with Aditya.
Yes, ma'am, I did make notes on the core topics such as Israel, Palestine, or a few space missions, so on and so forth, but none of that came. It was to a surprise. But at the end, like in hindsight, I was happy that I at least read Manthan, although I wasn't planning to give ALET. But I used to read the novel Manthan as well because it really strengthens your static part. And the moral, and there are two morals of this story. One, never trust the consortium. Second, irrespective of whether you're giving ALET and other law entrances, read the normal Manthan and the Manthan 2.0, both of them, just to stay on the safer side.
All right. So your advice to the students, future aspirants, please read Manthan, the regular one, and 2.0, and be regular with it. That's what you're saying. Okay. Arunodhay?
Actually, we and Aditya prepared together. So my best advice to the future CLAT aspirants is like you need to have a buddy with you to discuss GK because GK is a very vast subject. You cannot be sure that you have covered all the things. So if you have two guys preparing on the same topic, there will be an additional information you will always get an additional information from somebody else. So it's like if you prepare in a group, you will absolutely have an advantage over others. And Manthan is a must, I think, after seeing that 2021 GK paper.
Right. So Arunodhay's advice, please get yourself a study buddy, especially for GK. That really helps. Great. What about Devansh?
I would just say that we should be like never take a break, especially in the subject of GK, because like whenever like during September I just thought that I will take a break of 1 week and I will start, but the GK topics just pile up and you will never be able to recap them or do it well as you would have done earlier. So I would just suggest that never take a break, especially in the subject of GK.
You just can't, it has to be a daily diet as we recommend. Akshita?
Ma'am, as you said, GK was not a subject for me, I think. Every day I read newspaper, I became interested in geopolitical happenings, current affairs, law, legal related topics, and I used to discuss with my friends. And also I would like to add on here, like in the paper, there were some questions regarding this day, water management day, such type of questions.
Right.
So I think here common sense also helps. Like in the options, there was like the options are there. First I read the options. Now okay, then I could eliminate the options by reading few lines of the passage in the GK. Like okay, it's talking about management. So the theme, it's 80% chances that it will be regarding management only something. So 2-3 questions I can say that I used intelligent
common sense elimination process, right?
And that also helped in GK. So that was the thing.
Okay. What about Akhil? How did you cope with your GK?
First of all, I was very lazy. I didn't make notes and all. And what I used to do, like I made a list of important topics like Israel-Palestine issue or Iran issue and all those things. I made a list and I used to revise it again and again. Every month, I guess 1 or 2 times, I revised the main hot topics, which like burning issues, right? And this year paper came about, the one-liner questions, but still I got good marks in GK. The reason was that when you read newspapers daily, there are some things which you, if you don't even memorize, if you don't even try to memorize, you get in your instinct, right? So that what happened with me. And I'll suggest everyone, GK is all about revision, how much you revise and how many times you revise, because you tend to forget things. That's all.
So you have to keep note of all that you read, especially maybe in bullet points, not extensive notes, but at least bullet points should be there for you to recap and, again, review the notes from time to time. That is very essential because, like you said, we all read a lot, but we forget. And that's but natural. Anushka, you did mention you read the newspapers regularly for a time.
Yes, miss. I was also very lazy, and I didn't make notes. So I had to revise to compensate that. I had to revise the burning topics. I made a list of them and the probable topics from all sections: national, international, economics, sports, awards, all of them. I made a list, and then the notes that were given in the class, and also from other sources like Manthan 2.0, Manthan, and various newspapers, Indian Express, Hindustan Times, and all that. So I compiled all of them. I didn't want to write, so I just printed all of them and did revision. Thoroughly revised them. Yes.
Anubhav, you want to add something?
When I start any topic, I used to find some points like why in the news, any past thing about that, and related concepts, and all about that. Where it started.
So one takeaway which I would, a piece of advice to all the future aspirants, that GK has to be done on a regular basis. GK has to have various sources. Definitely Manthan and Manthan 2.0 has to be there, part of your daily curriculum. You have to spend some time on it. You have to read newspapers, and maybe you need to keep a register, in which you add all your, bullet points, if not everything in detail, because you are being given notes from the class as well. We keep sending you PDFs and all that. There's a lot of other material. There's in Manthan as well. There are extensive notes. But what you can do for yourself is make bullet points of the important facts and maybe revise them every now and then, right? I think that's what all of you did. Coming to a section in which a lot of students have some kind of a phobia with it, it's like mathsophobia or whatever. I hope none of you had that, or how did you deal with the section maths, quants, that is. Starting with Arunoday, because I know you're a humanities student, you can tell us.
Actually, ma'am, in 11th, we had prepared 1 year for the old pattern. So I
Right.
got through all the basic topics with the help of Ravi sir, like proportions, ratio, and all the basic percentage topics. So it helped me a lot. Like I always used to believe that maths will have an edge. I will have an edge over others if I excel in maths. And that really happened in CLAT 2021 because when I got the paper, I first skimmed and I thought that it's weird. Maths is weird because we have no graphs, we have to read and all. But I said to myself, like, no, I have to devote time to it because others will think that it is hard and it will have an edge over others. I will have an edge. So I went to the questions, but if you see the questions, I know they were technically wrong. But if you see the questions were really very easy, very basic calculations and all, like a 10th year kid, as they claim. So I think we should all practice maths and go through all the basic concepts because it will fetch you very easy marks over others.
Okay, so since you said that you went through the basic concepts alone and they were sufficient, according to you, what are the main topics that a student who doesn't like maths at all, needs to cover, just to ensure that he gets those sufficient number of marks from quant as well, rather than missing it out completely?
I think percentage is important, ratio proportion is important, CISI you can do, and that's it, I think, because that covers all the basics.
Right. So just the basic average percentage, CISI, time, speed, distance, profit, loss, that is sufficient for you to pick up a certain number of marks from maths quant as well. rather than, just ignoring it altogether. Like I know a lot of students do that. They have this fear of it. True, that will really help you. Akshita, what would you say?
Ma'am, I would add on like in maths, since the questions are basic on basic calculations, so tables are very important. Like
Right.
many students just neglect, but but tables, square roots, cube roots, these basic things. When
Cubes
you
and squares.
cube
Yeah.
squares and then roots and mainly tables and some short forms. They're not short forms, shortcuts for solving
The
percentage questions.
formulas. You need to know the formulas.
So
Right.
the shortcuts, they become very important for me everybody will solve. The question is like that everyone will solve, but who will solve it more faster? That is the question.
Yeah.
So there, if you practice it on a daily, not daily basis, but if you're also regular with your maths, then you get an idea. Acha, you can by option you can see and you can understand. Okay, these are the extreme ones. You can just eliminate the options, and your calculation will be faster. So these things are important for me.
Right. Very true. Tables, squares, cubes, very important. Knowing your shortcuts, which Ravi sir gives you in the class, they're very, very important.
Ma'am, like just one thing, coming from humanities background, even I had this preconceived notion that I'll not attempt maths until Arunodaya changed my perception about this, because it's an obvious edge, ma'am. Many don't attempt that section. So even if you are garnering 5 marks, it's an obvious edge. So
True.
just drop that preconceived notion and respect maths just for like 2 years. You can do
Yeah.
that.
This would be the last time you'd probably have anything to do with maths, pure mathematics, that is. So one should, because definitely 15 marks, 16 marks, you cannot ignore them altogether. If you want to get into the top universities, it is something that you need to work on, like you're working on other subjects, right? Anyone from the science background out here? Anushka? Yes. Did you have mathematics in +2?
But yes, ma'am, PCM.
PCM. So you would have definitely done well in maths.
No, ma'am.
No?
But because the mathematics we learn and we study in 11th, 12th is very different from the mathematics used in these competitions. It's
Okay.
very different. Calculus and all that is there in 11th, 12th. But here it's 8th level maths. And my 8th level maths wasn't very good. I don't know how I'm even past 8th maths.
So it is actually basic level maths, which every student who's gone through the 10th board should be able to handle.
Yes.
Nothing great about it, right?
Okay. But
Okay.
there's this speed thing that you have to keep in mind.
Yeah, it's the speed. So before I move on to mocks, etc., one question which I would ask. So again, before we move on to there, students, please, I hope you've noted this point, that even if you are scared of mathematics, you do not like it, but it is one area which you cannot ignore if you're targeting the top colleges. Definitely you have to work on it. There's no doubt about it, but you need to work on certain subjects, certain areas, sections which you think are easy to handle for you, and you can easily score and pick up some marks there, right? So my next question, because it is also relevant to all the future aspirants, all of them are in school right now in 11th and 12th. A lot of you, especially Arunodaya, Aditya, Akshita, you were all, Devansh for that matter, all of you were board students, right? Though you prepared with us for 2 years, you were in the 2-year program. So how did you actually balance, this equation of doing justice to your board's preparation and also the CLAT preparation? Anyone can take it up. I'll start with whoever wants to start off.
So like the key to time management is, planning. Like you should schedule your preparation probably every week and look and perform some tweaks here and there. If you think that you're not very comfortable with that schedule, because that is actually an investment which will pay returns. So, time management, even in your preparation, as in dividing proper time for your school, and then for your prep, and then for your CLAT prep helps. And it's not necessary that you need to do every subject every day. Exceptions are reading and GK. Yes, that is something you need to keep a track of every day, but other things can be done on an alternate basis. That is how I managed it.
Okay, Arunodhay, what would you add to that?
To be honestly speaking, I gave more importance to CLAT because I knew if once my CLAT scores were good, nobody will ask my board's result. So I was I was like, you need to have a plan. You need to know which area to give importance to. So from 10th only, I have a mindset like I will do legal except GK. I will do all the 4 sections in 11th, cover all the basics, and 12th I will just practice and do GK. So I was pretty free in 12th, so I practiced on just on GK and focused on boards, which sadly never happened. So like it, as Aditya said, ma'am, I would like to reiterate that you need to have a plan according to your needs. You need to know your strengths and weaknesses, and that will help you a lot.
True. Devansh?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I would just like to add on that if you like to wish, like, you could like attend, I would say attend school classes, I would say like a bit of diligent, because like the same teacher is going to teach you in school and he is only going to set the paper in school only. So whatever he teaches, like I would say like just study it properly, because of online classes, like many people used to just not attend it properly. But like I only thought it in the starting of the year that if I would be attending the classes properly, like during the night time, I would get free time, because at night I would only have to do revision and not study it again like from the
True.
scratch, because it would take less time to do revision rather than studying it from the scratch. So like I would give them advice that take classes like not seriously, but wherever you can take some time for CLAT, take it, because you need to get your priorities clearly. Like if you want to go to a good college, you have to give more time to CLAT.
CLAT preparation. Okay, Akshata?
Ma'am, I am a very weird, carefree, and content person. I don't care. So I was very happy with my average marks. I am a person like reading and learning few days before the exams, bring 80 marks, 70 marks out of 100, and just clear it. I knew my political science and economics are very good. I can manage it. My understand, like I really understand those subjects. So I can like really cope. And this online thing was a savior for me. I'll be very honest. I could devote much of my time on this CLAT. And my parents were also very supportive कि छोड़ दो कोई बात नहीं जाने दो जो हो ठीक है यही CLAT will help, you have to do this not that. So
Okay, but you were lucky you didn't have the board exams, you know, they finally never happened. But that's not going to be the case next year. So all of you who are going to take the CLAT as well as your board exams, you need to be pretty serious about both the things. And you can't really ignore any one aspect of it, right?
yes ma'am, I did not ignore, but I just did what was important. Like in political science, economics, the notes part. In humanities, I think notes are really helpful.
True,
So
true.
that was fetched me like good marks, 85, 90 good marks. So I was very like skillful in the approach.
Okay. All right. So Suhasini, would you like to add anything here? Or Vatsalya? Vatsalya is also there. Suhasini first.
So I have been listening to each and every student and their journey and whatever they are stating. And as stated, Akshita has also stated that, you know, you have to be carefree. So when the moment you start taking tension कि 12th भी manage करना है, CLAT भी manage करना है, वो tension में time चला जाएगा. As Arunodhay has stated, that is the perfect thing which you can keep in mind. 12th का marks कोई नहीं पूछता. Once you land in a good law school, it doesn't matter. It's just that because of our peer pressure, know that we have to do good in 12th. That is the only thing. And we have seen there are many students who I was thinking will land in good NLUs couldn't get any college because हमने 12th पे focus किया, CLAT पे नहीं कर पाए. So you have to make a fine balance. even if you are focusing on 12th, you will have to, take out time, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours daily for CLAT preparation. And as each and every student has stated that current affairs is a must thing. Reading newspaper is a must thing. So maybe 1 hour, 1.5 hours daily to newspaper, and then your 12th class, and 1 or 2 hours to other subject, and then you can easily balance between boards and CLAT. So that is from my side. And also, guys, I have seen that there are many student who is writing or who is going to write CLAT in 2022. You are listening to each and every achiever. All these can help you. And somebody, I think Aditya has stated, if I'm not wrong, that take math seriously for these 2 years. So that is a must thing. Agar maths ko chhod diya, to CLAT chhoot jayega. So keep that in mind.
Definitely, top 5 colleges mein to nahi aa payega, bilkul. There's no chance at all. If you leave out any one section, it's like that.
Okay, so we have a question from Ishan. How should I divide the subjects? Like on Monday, I'll study English, and accordingly different subjects on different days. How should I do that? Because I can't study each and every subject every day. So
I'll have Aditya answer this, because I think he gave a very specific answer regarding how he divided his time.
Exactly. So
like as I stated earlier, with a few tweaks here and there on a weekly basis, schedule your preparation, and with newspaper reading and GK being the exception, you should practice the other sections and on an alternate basis. It could be English and CR together because they are a bit similar, and legal is a lengthy section. You could do that on other days. But the thing about CLAT is all the high reading sections, that is English, CR and legal, are related. So in a way, when you prepare for one, you're preparing for all. Don't just panic about it, and there's no specific formula to it. Do what works for you.
Yeah, I think each student needs to, find out that formula which works best for him or her. Because your school pressure, your the whole environment in which you're working is totally different from somebody else's. So you need to find that balance, the formula which is going to work for you. But like Aditya rightly said, GK has to be every day, English has to be every day, because that takes care of nearly 3 of the sections. That is English, logic, GK, even legal, of course, is technical. You need to work on it. So like you said, do it on alternate days. Another question from Janvi, how to prepare the GK notes?
Aditya ne bhi bola, so I would want to add certain points, and I have been stating this at various instances. Ishan, it's not possible for anybody to read each and every subjects on daily basis.
Right.
GK is something. So generally, what I suggest, that divide a day. GK har din padna hai. Maybe Monday you go for English, Tuesday go for legal, Wednesday quant, Thursday maybe logical. Now you are left with 3 more days. So Friday and Saturday revise whatever you have done in that particular week. Sunday take them off. बहुत simple सा है. But GK is something which you are doing on daily basis.
Daily basis. It has, because otherwise it will pile up. It will be so huge, it will be mammoth. You won't be able to handle it.
And also, guys, sorry to interrupt in between. You can keep 2020 CLAT paper and 2021 CLAT paper as, the basic. जहाँ से हमें syllabus समझ में आता है, that this is something which we have to do. And if you read 2020 paper, you'll find that 85% of passages were from newspaper. So मेरा सारा section तो newspaper से ही cover हो रहा है. So don't skip.
Absolutely. It's totally, all the sources were newspapers and editorial pages for both these papers.
All the achievers will agree to me on this point.
Right. So Sonam, I think that should answer your question as to how to work on RC passage and logic. Again, it's all totally based on your reading. Focus on the editorial pages, practice passages, and they overlap. This year's paper, English and that is RC passages and the logic passages, they were almost similar. There was hardly any difference. So it's all about focusing on your reading skills, reading newspapers, editorials. That would really help. Ankita says, what should be the ideal time to do all the sections while doing mock test? Okay, we'll come to that because my next question is addressed to all these students regarding the mocks and how did they cope with the mock tests, with the boards, etc. I hope none of you ran away from the mocks. I don't think you really did. What were your scores like with the new pattern from the first mock? Let's start from there.
Ma'am, my score in the first mock was in the new pattern. It was 32, I guess.
Oh my God.
So I began from there. But then, when I was in 12th, it came around. I was in the middle, like between 90 to 105. I was
Okay.
fluctuating there. So that was the thing. And with mocks, I will say that I was very regular, and I kept a separate notebook for that, where I wrote my sectional marks, sectional percentile, my rank, and most importantly, what were the mistakes I was making in every section. And after every mock, I just continuously kept a note of those mistakes and reminded myself कि हाँ अगला mock में ये नहीं करने का है, ये नहीं करने का है, ये गलती नहीं करने का है. So like this I improved on every section.
Right.
There is a
Yeah, you were saying something, Akshita?
Yes, ma'am. I was just telling that after solving a pretty good number of mocks, people, they will realize that there is a certain trick of answering every question. Elimination technique, how to eliminate extreme answers, the irrelevant answers, and that comes with practicing, and especially mocks. So keeping a note of what mistakes you made and the questions that were correct, also keeping a note of that, why they were correct and why they were wrong. So that will help, and with time it will improve.
Okay. Aditya, what about you? What were your scores, like the lowest and let's say the highest that you scored in your mock tests? What was the lowest score, or what did you score in the first mock in the new pattern?
So, ma'am, I started in the early 70s, and then I went on to, like, my all-time highs was somewhere around 120 as well. But usually in the later part of the preparation, I was mongering between 95 or to early hundreds and touching 110. But like about scores, you need to keep one thing in your mind, that the most important aspect are the percentiles. Your scores might go down, but your percentiles should be there. And an ideal percentile should be around 90 to 95, and like you should keep track of your percentiles in each section as well, as to why are you missing out on a particular section, and don't be very bothered about your scores.
Okay, right. Akhil?
Yes, ma'am. About my mocks, my initial scores were around 50 or something, 50, 55 and all. And till the end, I was fluctuating between 90 to 115. And my highest score was around 115, between 115 and 120. What Aditya said, that percentile is what matters, because according to difficulty of the paper, the scores will go down section-wise and overall. But you have to keep a track on your, the percentiles. And specifically, what I did was I maintained a notebook of, the mistakes I did in every mock. And I used to revise that notebook before every mock, right? Before giving a mock, I used to revise that notebook, that these mistakes I have done in the previous mock and I don't have to repeat these. And so just one thing in a mock or in the examination as well, the most important thing, what matters is your mindset, right? How much calm and composed you are while giving a mock. That's what.
Okay, so which means all of you basically analyzed every mock after the paper. You must have spent considerable time. Arunodai, did you also analyze every mock test and keep a track of your scores, etc.?
Yes, ma'am. I think analyzing mock is very important. And if I gave at least 4 hours to analyze the mock on the same day or the very next day, because you need to know your state of mind. As I said, that you need to know what state of mind you are in when you are attempting the question. So that is very important, that you analyze it in next 1 or 2 days. So analyzing is very important.
So, and I'm sure you did not miss out any of the mocks. You must have taken all the mock tests, I hope.
Yes, ma'am.
You did, right. So, so the bottom line or the takeaway from this section is that definitely you have to be very regular with your mock tests. You have to analyze every mock test, and like Akshita and Akhil said, keep a track, keep a separate notebook in which you record all your marks, the mistakes that you make, and also review that, once in a while and make sure that you do not repeat that mistake. That's very important. And like Arunodaya said, analysis, like 3 to 4 hours. Unless you spend that much time, you will not be doing justice to the mock test. Very, very important. Did you also get your mocks reset, all of you?
Yes, ma'am. I did get some of the mocks reset, and most of them I solved them towards the end in the flexi format.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so that's another feature which CL offers you. Resetting your mock tests again towards the end of the whole preparation, so that you can quickly solve all those mock papers. It always helps. It says what time we should give to each section. Anushka, I think any one of them will tell you, because that's what we've been drilling into their minds regarding the sectional timings before the mocks. Akhil is smiling. He's not going to forget it easily.
No, ma'am, not at all. Actually, the timings are, time management in the paper is the most important thing. In fact, what in the CLAT examination this year as well. Actually, if I compare the last year's paper, what I gave, and this year, one thing was clear that last year I messed up with the time management. I messed up badly. And this year, with less number of attempts, I attempted around 112 or 113 questions only. But due to I left the questions on time, my accuracy was very high. So, and if I go by sectional timing, like in English, you have to give around 25 to 30 minutes, in GK around 10 to 15 minutes, and in legal around 35 to 40, logic around 25, and maths around 15 minutes. And one thing I would like to remind, or tell to every aspirant who is going to appear for CLAT 2022, like from mocks, when you attempt mocks, do one thing: save time for maths. What students do, since I'm also one of them, that I have a phobia of maths. So what I used to do in earlier mocks, that I didn't save time for maths and I didn't attempted maths. But when I started attempting, I at least scored 3 marks, 4 marks, 5 marks in maths, and gradually it increased. And in CLAT, I scored around 7 to 8 marks in maths, because maths was that section which was relatively easy in comparison to other sections.
So time management is sacrosanct. You have to follow it. Arunodaya will also agree there. I'm sure that has been your winning strategy, I guess. Not panicking and just shifting out of that particular section. Because in fact, at times I remember we used to write it on the on your boards, if you remember the whiteboards, the timing for every section, which you should try to maintain before a mock test, right? So that is true. That would really help you. Was one more question. What is the most important section in CLAT which needs the greatest amount of time for preparation?
Man, GK requires a lot of dedication, like time-wise. Although again, there's no fixed thing to this, because you need to work more on your weaker areas. But yes, GK requires dedication. And like just to that time limit thing, there's one thing which Amitendra sir had stated in one of the webinars, that in a competitive exam, leaving a question which is easy is like a crime, and you'll be punished for that later on. So if you maintain your sectional time limit, you'll be able to touch all the questions.
Right. So it is, of course, like you said, GK has to be done every day, otherwise it piles up and you're bound to miss out on something or the other. But other than that, in terms of preparation, it goes without saying that GK takes up the maximum time. Reading takes up a little time. Otherwise, you need to just balance it out and plan out your schedules for yourself. Vatsalya, anything you want to say here?
No, I think few things that, since the students will be appearing next year, listening to the toppers of this year, few things you should tell in concise way, that what should be the point wise, because somebody in the chat group said which topic takes the maximum number of time, and Suhasini rightly said GK to har din karna hai. So because I being a legal teacher, but I remember I started almost all my classes with my newspaper, that whether you have read the editorial or not, because I always believed that how much you do good in your legal, the deciding factor has always been the how well you prepare GK and maths. And those who leave maths like that, there no scope for top 1000 rank. Because I always said that if you do the maths correctly, you are in 95% of you are above 95%. So I remember that I told you all, guys. You can all say yes. So we have, so that the other students who are listening can focus on every subject, because this has been the scene for the last 10 years that maths, most of you leave, and it's so important.
Right.
Because you give so much of time in other subjects, like say I take my subject, I feel privileged that you all attended all the classes. You were so on your toes with all the answers, but you also feel that the best subject where you can score marks was not legal, but was GK and maths. Like that, those subjects are the best one for preparing and getting you through the. So those of you qualified, am I correct? Like maths and GK, did it make it a good move for you to do all the maths that somebody said no, that maths to acha nahi tha. Akshita, you said right that, but I started. Somebody said just now. Akhil was there.
Yes, sir,
He
I
said-
said that.
He said he
Yeah.
progressed initially 2-3 questions and then he started solving
Right.
more and more
This is how
papers.
we need to do it.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I would like to say that maths this year was more of a mind game. Like when I switched to maths, there was no data, no chart, nothing. Like then okay, be calm. Then I read the passage. So I understood that okay, it's nothing difficult. They have just written the data in spite of the chart form, they have written it in sentences. So you have to just keep calm, write all the data and solve, nothing else. So it was more of a mind game and the questions were easy. So if you have missed on that, then that was a blunder.
Okay, so one more question which comes to my mind is, through this pandemic, the lockdown, and it was quite a traumatic experience, boards getting postponed, cancelled, even the uncertainty regarding the exams, CLAT, etc. What kept you motivated? What kept you guys going? Did you have any other interests or hobbies which you could, revert to from time to time to kind of ease the pressure? Anyone? Did you do anything to, calm yourselves, keep yourselves motivated all through? Any
Yes,
interests, hobbies?
I took up my painting, sketching, and I also bought a coloring book and I was coloring it when I was feeling very depressed and stressed.
Right. So you took to your painting skills, etc. Anybody else? Sahil, this question is especially for you because can I have
Sahil,
the meet Sahil? Sahil was one of the don't take it otherwise, one of the naughtiest guys in class.
Yes, I
He
was
would do
about to say.
everything else but study. So I remember all the various political discussions he would be passionately involved in, or for that matter, he would be into music or martial arts or something. So Sahil, what kept you motivated? What kept you going?
Ma'am, it was my guitar and DJ in my phone. And I used to sing in the meantime, and that kept me motivated.
So just in a few words, since we're coming to almost the end of the session now, your experience with us at LST Patna, if you could share with us. Anushka, Akshita, anyone?
Ma'am, all the mentors had been very good at CL, especially Ragini ma'am, you and Vatsalya sir, and Abhishek sir as well. He's not present. But I remember we can say we're so free. We can say anything in class. We can laugh together. We can express ourselves, especially with Vatsalya sir and you. And you give us so freedom, to interact with you and to say anything and talk about any issue and anything about. And in fact, when I used to get low marks, so any section which I was stuck in, I used to come to Ragini ma'am and I used to, ma'am, dekhiye aise ho raha hai, ma'am, ab kya kare, ma'am, how should I deal with it, and all those things. So just a great experience of these 2 years with CL.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. The mentors here are very chill and very friendly with the students, and they don't create a bias that if you aren't scoring good marks, so you don't come to me. It's a very good environment.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad you were all happy with us. So were we, to be very honest.
No, we have always been chilled, like.
So like from my side, the experience has been amazing, and especially when we used to come to the classroom, my class was kind of filled with notorious people like Akash and Aditya at the back. We used to keep partying, but thankfully the teachers were tolerant towards them, and it is because of them I have to be a front bencher. So that also stuck me to the front benches, and like all the teachers were really good and supportive. Apart from the teachers at the Patna Center, the teachers conducting the classes like master stroke or analysis sessions, as in the centrally conducted.
Even the analysis, right? True. So CL actually gives you a lot of inputs through various sources. I mean, from the head office also you keep getting a lot of inputs, which are really, really beneficial.
Yes.
So Asini, there's one last question. Did you all refer to any others material apart from the CL material? Somebody, I don't know, the Aditya, somebody answer. Akshita, any other material apart from CL material? Just one liner, please.
Actually, ma'am, I don't think that we require any other material because CL material is itself very sufficient enough for your preparation. They provide everything, so I don't think we require any other material.
Yeah, I'm quite sure nobody required anything. And whatever else, if it is necessary, will be suggested in the class itself. Like I said, CLAT Consortium also gives you a lot of sources to refer to in terms of reading, etc. And I think that is more than sufficient, very frankly. So thank you very much. It's been wonderful having all of you, and the students who've been listening so patiently. I'm sure you have learned a lot today. I once again congratulate all the achievers and wish you a great journey ahead into your law schools. I know Arunoday and Aditya have already started on their readings, and they've been given a lot of study material to read from. The classes have already started in NSIU Bangalore. And everybody else, thank you so much. You've been wonderful as an audience, as students. And we look forward to each one of you being with us in the next year in a similar fashion, where we can congratulate you and felicitate your laurels, okay? So thank you once again. Thank you, Suhasini, so much.
Thank you so much, guys. The achievers, go and enjoy your college life. And the LSTN who are appearing in 2022, give your best, learn from these achievers what they have done, and please incorporate those things in your plan. And then next year you will be on the same platform. We would be discussing your achievement.
Yes, and thanks Vatsalya for being here.
You all asked, ma'am, because to see everybody once again after 1 year of pandemic, when I couldn't take the offline classes, it feels so nice to see you all again.
True.
Have a nice time in your college, and whenever we get time, we should catch up soon. Since you are not because you will be loyal sometimes, so let's start being friends now.
Okay, thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, thank you very much, everyone. All the best once again. Bye bye. Good night, and have a great.
All the best,
enjoy
everyone.
your 5 years. Thank you very much, all of you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.